Hello and welcome back. So today we're going to do a bit of vocabulary, and I've got a bit of a challenge. I'm going to try and do 5 words in 5 minutes. First word, pop. Pop means to do something quickly, and it's often used as a phrasal verb with a variety of different prepositions. We can use pop up, pop down, pop into, pop out, pop in, pop around, pop over. You get the idea. Let me give you a few sentences, hopefully to explain a little bit more how we use it. Later on, I'm going to pop into the supermarket to buy some milk. I'm going to buy some milk, a quick visit to the supermarket to buy some milk. I've got to pop downstairs to pick up my mail. I live on the 4th floor. The mailbox is on the 1st floor. I'm going to pop downstairs to get the mail. I'm going to pop down to get the mail. There you see it's used with downstairs and with down. I'm going to pop over to Madrid next weekend. I've got a friend I haven't seen for a long time. I'm going to pop over to Madrid. I'm going to make a quick visit to Madrid. I'm going to pop out for a little bit. I just need to get some fresh air. Pop on. I'm going to pop my hat on. Pop that hat on for a second. I want to see what you look like with a hat. So the second piece of vocabulary today, could do with. What does could do with mean? Well, could do with. It means that you want something or you need something, or I like to think of it as somewhere in between a want and a need. I could do with a cup of tea. In fact, when I take my father on a journey for more than 2 hours, the first thing he says when we arrive at our destination is, "Oh, I could do with a cup of tea." I could do with learning some Spanish before going to Spain. My vocabulary is terrible. I could do with some new trainers. I love these shoes, but they've got a hole in them. I could do with some new trainers. It's been a long day. I could do with a beer. I've been working for 3 months solid. I'm so tired. I could really do with a long holiday. I could really do with a long holiday. Third word, handy. Handy is a word we use to describe something that is very useful or convenient. Just across the road from here, over there, is a supermarket. It's open from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. It's very handy. I can always get some food when I need it. I always keep a credit card in my wallet. It's always handy to have a credit card. You never know if you might need extra cash. The public transport system in London, for example, runs 24 hours a day. It's really handy. Sometimes, you never have to worry about missing the last train home. So something that's really useful, that's convenient for you, is handy. So the next on the list is pros and cons. Pros and cons is a phrase or a binomial pair that we use to describe advantages and disadvantages. And we sometimes use it when we're talking about buying or making an important decision like buying a house or investing in a particular business, or perhaps, even deciding whether or not to get married. So we just simply draw up the pros and the cons and we weigh them against each other. So sometimes we say we're weighing up the pros and cons. I weighed up the pros and cons and I decided that it wasn't in my interest to invest in that business. And let's move on to the next word. Common knowledge. So common knowledge is a word or expression we use to describe information generally accepted as being known by everybody. If you go to the airport, you take your passport because everybody knows that you need a passport to travel abroad. It's common knowledge. Everybody knows you don't put your fingers under hot water, boiling hot water, because they're going to get burnt. Everybody knows this. So there we are, 5 words or 5 expressions in 5 minutes. Pop, could do with, handy, pros and cons, and common knowledge. Hopefully you'll remember one, if not more, of those. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode. I could do with a new car.